Hi there, this is Ryan, and this is the Django website, Modern Musician with an SQL database. How this site actually works is you run the server from the command prompt, and it generates an IP address that you then put in the URL, and if everything works correctly, this website will pop up. How this website actually works is the URL corresponds with the urls.py page, and each url.py. Hi there, this is Ryan, and this is the Django website, Modern Musician with an SQL database. How this site actually works is you run the server from the command prompt, and it generates an IP address that you then put in the URL, and if everything works correctly, this website will pop up. How this website actually works is the URL corresponds with the urls.py page, and each url.py each URL has its own other URL page that it'll correspond with. This one, the default one, is actually the ecom store catalog.url. So if we go there, we can see all the things that we can go to from this site. For example, solid body guitars would be located in the product.html. This is generated by taking categories from the MySQL server and iterating through them using a for loop, and it'll make this list here. There's only one currently, so it's a short list. What it does is it gives it a URL, makes it interactive, and gives it the name. It's actually a similar process for the categories that you see here, except as you can see in the coding, it adds a thumbnail to it, which is the picture, makes it more user friendly. From here, the users can easily add an item to a cart, and it'll bring them to their cart page, which also has a corresponding URL. All this function does is it takes the product slug, it sees if it's already in the cart page, and if it is there, it'll just add the quantity that you put in from your previous page. If it's not there, it'll add the quantity, it'll create the product in the cart table, and it'll add the quantity. You then see this option to update. If you update it, it just deals purely with quantities, so it's much more simple to deal with. As you can see from the function, update cart is much shorter, and it just simply states that if the quantity is bigger than 0, change it. If not, remove it, because if it's 1, or if it's below 1, then you don't want it in there because you are ordering 0 of them. The remove from cart button is pretty self-explanatory. It's just a simple if statement. If the item's there, delete it, and it's that simple. Finally, dealing with the zip file cracker program. What we do here is we import two modules, zip file and datetime. Z-file is a variable that we assign to the zip file, testfile.zip, and then passFile is a variable that we assign to the english.txt file. This is a dictionary attack. The counter is set to 0. When the program first starts, it's going to print the password cracker at, and then it'll state the date and time, and then it'll print a period. For the line in the pass, what this does is it actually iterates through the pass file list to try to match it with the password, and every time it goes through, it'll bring the counter up to 1. Bring the counter up 1. Now what we're doing here is we're taking the file and we're running the passwords through it, and if we get a match, we're going to print the password equals, state the password with a space here. Then after that, we're going to print on the next line ending password cracker at, and then it's going to state the time that it ended at, and it's going to exit. If it does not find it, it's going to count up to 1,000, or with a remainder of 1,000, and then after 5,000, pardon me, and then it's going to start over at 0 again. And every time it does this, it's going to print a period, just so it knows after you get to 5,000 period, 5,000 period, so you know how long you are, and it's showing progress throughout the function. just coming back to the Modern Musician site. This site's basically just HTML links, MySQL database, and simple Python programming. I hope you enjoyed my presentation and have a nice day.